Awesome.
Hi, everyone. We are here today with Carl, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his real estate investing journey. Carl has got a couple of properties during our time together, and I'd like to be here with all of you so we can all learn from Carl and see what it is that he did on this exciting journey. So Carl, can you please just tell us a little bit about yourself? Obviously, we know your name, but where are you from? What do you do for work? And why are you so passionate about real estate investing?
Well, my name is Carl Cuesta. Originally, before I met Ms. Casey here, I'm still a family nurse practitioner here in Houston, Texas. I work mostly with homeless people, the homeless population. And I love real estate because after hearing Brandon Turner back in December talk about how he wanted to, instead of having a college fund for his kids, have real estate pay for their college, it just kind of took over my mind and it made me obsessed with real estate. So I just wanted to have something for the kids to fall back on in case I'm not there anymore and build generational wealth, which I think we all want to do for our family.
How long have you been thinking about investing in rental properties before you kind of took the plunge? How long has it been on your mind?
I would say it was definitely during COVID, when I feared for my life, that I was like, okay, let's do something here in case something does happen. And it's funny how like these extreme situations kind of motivate us to take the plunge, to do things, to make a change for the better. And that's the one good thing I can pull out of 2020.
Yeah, I feel like because of COVID and coronavirus, and people were losing their jobs and stuff was shutting down, people were like, uh-oh, what if I get laid off? What if I don't have a job? What if I can't go to work? I need other sources of income and I can't just rely on, my day job anymore. So I did get a lot of response through Instagram. People were, all of a sudden inquiring now about other streams of income. And, they asked about how I did Etsy. Well, what did I do for that? And stuff like that. So yeah, that's funny that you said that.
That's really good. That's really good.
So how much research had you done before you joined Success with Rental Properties on real estate in general? So you thought about it in COVID. So before you joined my program, were you just podcasts, books, everything you get your hands on, or what were you like, oh shit, let's just do it? I know nothing. Where were you at with your knowledge level?
So I've done businesses before and I did just that, just jump into it. But that was kind of a mess because you end up losing all this money, really. And they say School of Hard Knocks is the best teacher. Man, it's like the School of Hard Knocks and lose all your money school. That's what that is. So I definitely learned the value of having a specialist around, especially in my line of work. You want to go to someone that knows what they're doing so they can guide you, not just go into something and kind of learn and stumble, because that's going to cost you time and ultimately more money. And honestly, your motivation, you want your first rental property to be good, a good experience. So you actually want to do more. So that was one of the things why, I ran into all this information, and ultimately it was my friend that told me, hey, check out this place, BrickbyBrickWealth. And I was like, all right, let me check her out. And I was like, yeah, she's pretty cool. She doesn't seem like a person that would just assign me to somebody to mentor and actually gonna be there to help me in case I needed her. So I'm really happy.
What were some of the things that you were struggling with, and why you're like, I think I might need someone to help me out with my first property? What was going through your mind and why you decided to join? What were you looking for?
Well, they have all these rules in analyzing rental properties, and it kind of seemed like a lot of the rules didn't really fit into my personal market. So I, in Houston, Texas, everyone is 1% rule. And I was like, there's just no way you can do that in Houston, at least. And then, how do I really know what's a good neighborhood or not? That's one of the things I was kind of worried about. And how do I know that I'm going to pick the right person, because ultimately it's the tenant that's going to decide if your experience is good or not. So these were a lot of my things that I worry about. And then am I taking the right steps to make sure I hired the right person? Everybody was talking about BRRRR. So it kind of there were so many things thrown at you. I just needed to know okay, what is a good thing for someone that just wants to get into it and be safe? That's my main thing, just a safe basically like a safety net to catch me and make sure I don't like do crazy stuff,
I
make
know,
crazy
right?
choices.
So you had a lot of fears, and honestly, Carl, those are a lot of typical worries that people have, everything you just mentioned. Do you feel that my program helped address those fears and ease them and give you all the answers you needed for that? And if so, how? And if not, what was missing that you want me to include for future students?
Yeah, like definitely addressed all my fears. I guess my main thing was to have an expert in real estate, like to talk to and to bounce ideas of. Um, I know a lot of people talk about like motivation on, and that's definitely one of the things too, like getting the motivation to actually do it. But I think I already had the motivation. It was just my fear of making another mistake and losing more money that I really wanted to find someone that I could just like talk to like anytime I wanted to, and already did it and like had the paperwork really to make sure I was doing the right steps. I was also like my main thing was finding the right neighborhood. So there's a section there. I don't want to ruin it for y'all, but it's basically like kind of lining out like what to do, how to research if it's a good neighborhood or not. That's one of the things I always was wondering, like, how do people know? Like, is this like, where do I invest? Like, where do I invest? So that was my main thing. And that definitely helped me figure out where. And then the other thing was just, everyone's talking about BRRRR this, BRRRR that. And I was like, man, I don't know anything about that. Like, what are they even looking at? I mean, I know you don't need to be like a contractor, but you want to go into something with some ideas to know that you're not just being like pulled around and waste all your money. So, those are definitely the two main things that I really enjoyed. Finding the right place where to invest, and like materials and costs, that BRRRR section, and having someone that is just looking out for you, making sure you're, on the right path, basically.
So when we started doing coaching, I guess before that, when I said, this is a one-on-one coaching program and we're going to meet, what did you expect it to be like? And then what did it end up actually being like for you? Was it what you thought it would be? Was it better than what you thought it would be? I'm curious to know your thoughts on that.
I've never done like a coaching anything before, like I just assumed, like it would be like my clinicals, I guess, as a nurse practitioner, where like they're technically coaching you, but there's different personalities. So somebody might be like, okay, just stay quiet and follow everything I'm doing. And that's one way people coach. And there's another coach, which I like to do now with my students, and just have like a feedback, like, hey, the show one, do one kind of technique where you show someone how to do something and then ask for their feedback and watch them do it. So that was definitely good. For me, with our coaching thing, I definitely feel like I was wanting you to help me analyze this deal, if it looked good or not. And that's definitely what happened. Like, okay, this is what you need to look at. This is how you want to market. Even after you find it, like you want to make sure your tenant is this, you want to market here, because those are kind of things that are glossed over in all these YouTube channels. Like they don't tell you like, how do you market? Like, sure, you can just post on like Facebook and stuff, but that's definitely one of the things you want to kind of zoom in on. How do you know if your price is right? Just basically the small details that could get lost and they don't really talk about in, like Bigger Pockets or something. Everyone like loves Bigger Pockets. So
sure, I know. I mean, and I say to that as well. Everyone's got a different situation. Your market is different. How you're advertising is different. I mean, you were in a gated community, so the way you did things maybe wouldn't be the same way that another student would do things that wasn't in a gated community. So everyone's got, different things going on. And I felt I've had a lot of people come to me that have been in group programs, which is basically the same as just, just listening like to a podcast or listening to, a program where you don't really get to ask a lot of questions and the coach
right.
doesn't really know your situation. And so that's why I love doing one-on-one, because I actually get to know about you, your situation, your tenants. Let's help you vet that specific dude that apply. Maybe he's got 14, parakeets he wants to bring in. We got to talk about that. So there's always, special little situations. So I'm really glad that you liked our coaching sessions. So let's talk about your rental properties. Tell me about your properties. Tell me, how you got them and what that all looks like.
So our very first rental property, I knew I wanted something in Houston. There's just something called the 610 Loop, and that's basically the hot market area. And specifically, I wanted professionals to be renters. And so I found this deal just by looking up the area. And funny story was, I remember that area because of Beyonce, and it was her last concert in Houston, and it was one of my wife's friends that lived in that house. So we went to her, got some tickets, and then went off to see the Beyonce concert. So when I saw the name, I was like, hey, I remember going to this place. It's a pretty cool place. It's gated, it's close to the medical center, which is a really the hottest area around Houston. So that's how we found it. We saw it on a Zillow listing, analyzed it. It seemed like a safe bet. And then when we reached out to the agent, it was like, okay, this might be your friend. Let's ask your friend, what she thinks about the area. And it was her house. Yeah. And she was gonna move, and I knew it was a good area because, from scouting it out and stuff, but also because her friend wanted to move at the next subdivision on the same street. So I was like, okay, so this is a cool area. And then when I went to actually look at the place, the tenant was moving out. So I talked to her. She was also a professional nurse practitioner. So she was like, yeah, this is a cool area. I'm actually moving. She was moving where the previous owner was going to move, that same subdivision. They were going to be not neighbors, but same area. So I was like, oh man, this is a good place. This is a safe bet. Everybody loves this place. I gotta get in on this. So that was the first one. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, very minimal upgrades at all.
You didn't do anything to that. I mean,
yeah,
change the light bulb.
I painted something.
Yeah,
I painted something. Yeah, I did that.
Touch up.
Touch up. There you go. So that was cool.
Yeah.
So I know that's not what people really expect. They expected tear down a wall and do this and do that. But for me, I had no experience. I didn't want to do that for my first rental. I just wanted it to be a stable, positive experience. So that's why I did that. And then it's 1,430 square feet, which is pretty good. And it was gated. And then while I was just around there, looking around and showing the properties, I got my second rental in the same strip. Yeah, right at the entrance. And it was, it's just the power of talking to people, it was a lady that was walking her dog. And she was like, yeah, I've seen you around here. Are you living here? What's going on? And I was like, hey, I'm an investor. I'm pretty new. I would like to have something for my kids, and I really like your area. And she's like, I'm selling my house to offer pad. I don't know why you would do that, but that's what she did. But it was insane because they upgraded everything. And the roof was brand new. Like the week before it was on the market, I literally saw them fixing, putting brand new roof. So I was like, dude, the cap X on this is gonna be very, very minimal, and it's awesome. And to me, the great thing was it was very close in price to my first rental. So I was like, dude, I have to get this house. There's just no way. So we got into our second rental. It was awesome. So I
bet you did not think you were gonna be where you are today. Besides even just the 2 properties you got this year, I feel like from the fact that, it was COVID, beginning of COVID, when you just said, let's do some real estate. I'm interested in that randomly. And then you joined the program. You have 2 rental properties. You were a top finalist with Brandon Turner's internship program, which still I am super proud of you for. Then you went and got your real estate license, and now you're a real estate agent. I mean, this all happened in 1 year. This
is wild, honestly. It's really, everyone talks about the snowball effect, but I think it's just when you take steps every day, like I got into the habit of doing like even if it's like a 20-30 minute thing, like, everyone thinks I wake up at 4 in the morning to work out. I don't. I'm not working out.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I'm actually like, reading. I just wanted to commit to doing something real estate related in that time when my kids were still asleep. So, when they see me, they're like, "Yeah, waking up at 4, working out." I'm like, not really. Working on my mind, but
I love it.
that's what it was. I just wanted to. It was something I wanted to do, and definitely with you, Miss Casey, it kind of gave me the courage to just put myself out there. And I don't think I ever would have tried for Brandon Turner's thing if I didn't take your class and have like some knowledge, because with knowledge you get confidence. So I definitely attribute that to you. Taking real estate classes, it's definitely, I just wanted like any edge I could, any like whisperings of real estate deals. I figured being a real estate agent would help me with that. And and it helps. Like, I didn't know they did this, but when a house is going to be listed in like soon, they put this like mass email out to the agents, and it's like, "Hey, I'm going to list this in a week. If you have any buyers." I'm like, "What? This is basically an unlisted deal."
It's cheating. No.
Yeah, I know. It's like, this is awesome. Yeah. So I'm just like kind of like looking at the emails, like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. But it's cool. Like, that's an unexpected perk that I never expected. I expected to be like driving for dollars, like everybody says you should. But I was like, wow, if you're an agent, you can just get like inside info like this. Like, this is cool, man. Like, yeah.
I love it. So, Carl, there's a lot of people that, well, I mean, you're like super amazing and experienced now with real estate over this past year. But before that, when you were just Carl, and you just had your day job and you had your down payment and you had the twinkle in your eye that you want to maybe buy rental properties. There's a lot of people out there that are like that, and they're watching this video right now and they're thinking, well, I don't know if I want to pay for a coaching program. I don't know if I need that. I'll just try and wing it. I'll try and do it on my own. I'll find all the information for free on Google and YouTube. What would you say to those people that are considering joining the program? They're considering a coaching program, but they're just on the fence. What would you say to them?
Man, I'm the cheapest person ever. But I'm also, if you think about it, like what money that you're gonna spend on a coach, don't think of it that way. Think of the money what your time is worth to go through all these YouTubes and to like sift through all this information. You have someone already there, an expert that's been doing it, going to literally like give it to you and like help you focus on, this is what you need to like. This is not like, that's not good. Like, this is good. So you'll be saving time. You'll be gaining confidence, and you'll be networking with people that are like-minded, and they can work with you in the future. This is not like a purchase on like a burger. It's not like they give you a burger, peace out, never see you again. This is real estate. You're going to be working with people for life, and that's what you're kind of getting into. It's not just a one-time thing, it's a lifetime thing. That's what I believe.
Thank you, Carl. I'm with you. And now you are my Houston real estate agent, if I didn't tell you. Send all my students your way when they want to buy in Houston. You bet your butt.
Yeah.
You gone through the course, you got your properties, you are an experienced investor. I mean, yeah, you're definitely it. So many things can happen, Definitely. I appreciate you, Carl. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before I turn off the testimonial video?
I just want to say, stay positive. There's some days you'll be looking and you don't even know like why you're doing it, but just put in the work and the rewards will come, and just keep your head up. It's good. You got this. With Miss Casey, you're for sure going to get it. So
thank you, Carl. Again,
I don't know if I really told you, but I'm really, truly thankful for everything. I attribute like my real estate success to you, and I wish you continued success in coaching and everything that you do. So I appreciate it. So I want to say.
Thank you, Carl.